Tiffany Gomas breaks silence on airplane meltdown after being unmasked. Things go viral and everything changes.
I don't care if I'm ever gonna fly with y'all ever again. I want to know what happens to this flight right here.
That motherfucker back there is not real. And you can spit on this plane and you can die with them or not. I'm not going to.
This Tiffany Gomas story, I don't know why it's suddenly taking off now. I guess because the Daily Mail put the story out. But it was released very early on in this saga that somebody on Twitter had found this woman and called her Tiffany Gomas. It's not about earpods. The story about earpods is fake. The story about her being drunk is fake. And the only thing that I question whether it's actually legitimate or not, I'm still undecided, is her reaction. She seems to be genuinely upset. And if she's not, then she's a damn good actress. And I say this coming from having analyzed a lot of these types of events, as well as understanding actors. And I wanted to do a thorough look at this because when the Daily Mail came out with an article essentially doxing her, saying that this is her picture, this is her name, this is where she lives. They showed her house. It's a $2 million house in Texas. My big question about this entire event is why? Why did they put it out there? Why are they lying about it? Why is the media lying about it? It's so obvious that the media is lying about it. The story surrounding her is fake. The story of her ear pods and Carrot Top being on the plane. I mean, all of it just reeks of fake. So why? And the reason I'm interested in this story is because it's very different from other types of events like this. Typically, when an event like this comes out, the story is consistent. And there's holes in it so that you can see that there's codes in the story, that there's something more to this, that it's, you know, a staged tragedy. But in this case, it's so obvious that what this woman is saying does not gel with what the media is saying about her or saying that happened. There were a slew of videos that came out along with it that were all fake. And yet people are running with it. They're not doing any analysis. They're not thinking critically. And in one sense, this is a strong exercise in discernment and critical thinking. And people are failing miserably. So this is the image that is being circulated. And if you look closely, you can tell that this is a CGI AI generated image. The eye pupils are not circular. The hair is weird. It looks like a wig or something. It looks fake. The focus is off. The background is generic. And it's just generally hazy, fuzzy AI, typical AI photo. Here, this is a great shot. Look at the eyes. AI has a problem making pupils. This person does not exist.com. See how the background is generic looking? Generic fuzzy background. Generic fuzzy background. This looks more realistic than her photo. I'm very aware that people can look different with makeup and hair changes, weight changes, age, or even different lighting or different camera angles, but this is not the same woman as the woman on the plane. First of all, let's take a look at this picture. It's a second profile photo that's been circulating that also doesn't look like her. It's poor resolution, just like the first image, but at least the pupils are round. If you compare these images to the images of her on the plane, they look similar enough, but it doesn't look like her. Then there's the footage from the airport, and you compare that to the footage on the plane. The angle is different, but we don't see her full body because the news covered it up with their banner. Again, the quality is so poor that it's really hard to discern details. The footage taken outside the airport sounds like her, but again, her face is covered up with the news banner. This footage was exclusive to News Nation, and this is all they showed, so why cover her face? The Daily Mail got an exclusive interview with her outside her home, allegedly, and yet Tiffany herself said that they're staking out my house, which sounds like she's alluding to the media. So if that's the case, where's the other news reports? Why is it exclusive to the Daily Mail? Where are the high quality photographs? Why are these photographs such low quality? And why so close up? Why not get her whole house? If they're staking out her house, how come these are the best images they could get? Her hair is dark here, but because she's been out of the spotlight, she could have colored it. But where's she been all this time? If the media's been staking out her house and this is the first time that they managed to catch her at home, where has she been? Her face looks different here from the other photos. Even her ears are different. The woman on the plane, her ears are slightly elongated at the top, and the woman in the house has rounded ears at the top. So all of this could be staged. She could be standing at a fake house pretending to live there. It could be taken somewhere else, because they didn't take a picture of her coming out of the house from a distance, so you can't tell if it's actually at the house. They took a picture of her coming out of a door that could be attached to this house, which is what I suspect is going on, is that they took a staged photo of a woman coming out of a house, made it look like her, but it's not her. I mean, the whole thing is so weird and so fishy. And here is the website that she allegedly works on at this company. Elevate Brand Marketing is a full-service promotional products firm with a mission to effectively extend the reach of your brand messaging through results-oriented merchandise, meeting events, apparel, and fulfillment. Our team is a mix of industry specialists, including client-side supplier and distributor, ad industry veterans, and brand management professionals. In short, someone on our team has been in your shoes, and we understand the challenges you face will make you look like a rock star. Okay, first of all, this is a marketing company, and this is their craptacular website. Instead of simply being order takers, we strive to be truly integrated marketing partners with our clients to better understand your brand strategy, expectations, and corporate culture. No one can source, produce, and distribute branded merchandise better than we can. We are serious about only one thing, delivering for our clients. We don't take ourselves or anything else seriously. This right here is an admission that this doesn't exist. We don't take ourselves or anything else seriously. Just because you see that there's a website here and it exists doesn't mean it's legitimate, doesn't mean this business is real. And you have to look at this from the point of view that this is a marketing company. So this is allegedly Tiffany Gomas, Vice President Client Services. This is her quote: "If you obey all the rules, you miss all the fun." Tiffany has dedicated her 10-year career to growing business by strengthening client relationships and planning and executing large-scale promotional campaigns. She has particular success assisting clients with new store openings, product launches, and tailored VIP events. At Elevate, Tiffany manages our client services team, imbuing them with her passion for delivering brand merchandise and events on time and on budget. She started in the promotional products industry upon graduating college. In her first role, she grew an account from $1 million to $4 million in annual revenue over the course of only a few years, and was twice recognized as the #1 sales producer. So if this is the case, where's the name of the brand that she grew? Her very first role, she quadrupled sales. I mean, that's pretty outstanding achievement. She quickly rose from account executive to senior director of marketing and promotions before joining Elevate as VP Client Services. So this is at another company that she did this, allegedly. And so she came here to Elevate as VP. Beyond sales, Tiffany is a proven expert in researching, planning, and executing events from tailored VIP incentive trips to large-scale group meetings. Tiffany was born in Fort Worth and raised in Azle, Texas. She graduated with honors from Oklahoma State University and subsequently moved to Seattle. We lured her back to Texas by promising some decent barbecue and consecutive days of no rain. Really? She's supposed to be this star salesperson. She managed to quadruple sales of a company in a matter of a few short years. And they lure her back with barbecue and a few days, no rain. I mean, way to make her look like she doesn't have any standards. And also, this is just, again, emphasizing how this website and this company doesn't take itself seriously, because this is not serious. No real marketing company would say this. When not working, where's the comma? Tiffany is an adrenaline junkie who loves travel, scuba diving, snow skiing, and live concerts. She's now living back in Dallas with her kick-ass puppy. Who puts this in a website for marketing? Nobody. Fake people do. Sammy, but yearns for an overseas assignment. When we open up our next international client service office, she'll be on our short list. You also don't put this sort of thing in a website for a business. You don't tell about your future plans, and you don't tell that you want an overseas assignment to your company, and you don't put it on the website. I mean, okay, and here's another thing. Look at this team. There are more fake photos. If you can't beat them, arrange to have them beaten. Really? Where's what they actually do? Where's the section for telling about their business? There's nothing here. It's just a bunch of fake profiles of people. You can't fix stupid is the founder and president's quote. Yeah, you can't fix stupid, meaning you are stupid and you can't be fixed if you believe this nonsense. I'm not saying this, the website is saying this. So yeah, this is not a real company. How did this photo get found? Because obviously it came from that website, which is a fake website, and obviously it's in the Wayback Machine. So how does somebody find a photo of her from the Wayback Machine, not knowing her name, not knowing who she is? It doesn't make any sense. Tiffany Gomas claims she didn't know she went viral because she went on a cruise that week. Well, she didn't claim it. This woman on TikTok claimed it. This woman went on TikTok and said, I heard from a friend of a friend that she went on a cruise. She doesn't drink. She wasn't drinking. And that the guy next to her turned to her and said, I'm going to take this whole plane down. But that doesn't explain why she said that that guy's not real. So that story doesn't add up either. Well, that happened early July and no one's heard from her since. They're saying she lives in a $2 million home, but she travels on Coach. She didn't care about her stuff, but she was freaking out over her earpods. So none of this adds up. And here's the police report from Tiffany Gomas, and it's obviously fake. Now, what I mean by that is it's constructed. It could be, legitimate in the sense that it's an incident report. There was someone who retrieved it. It was a YouTuber, filed a report for public access to this document. The reason I say this is a fake report is because there's no mention of her saying anything about a passenger on the plane. So let's read what it says. This incident happened July 2nd, 2023, at approximately 5 o'clock. And these officers dispatched to Terminal A, Gate 9, 9 is consciousness, in reference to a disturbance on the aircraft. Upon arrival, we observed a female passenger standing on the jet bridge. She refused to speak to officers and left the area. There are clear differences between the body cam footage and the police report. In the police body cam footage, they showed that Tiffany spoke to the police, which was a direct contradiction to the police report, where they said that she never spoke to the police at all.
I don't care if I'm ever gonna fly with y'all ever again.
Officers spoke to American Airlines supervisor, who stated the female passenger was arguing with a family member, accusing them of stealing her AirPods. That was not on camera. She tells the police do not let that flight leave. The reporter adds that she got into a fight with a man with whom she switched seats, and he stole her AirPods. Now the news has body cam footage of exactly what she told the police, but this is all we get to see, and this directly contradicts what was written in the police report.
And in several of these body camera videos that News Nation got, Gomas told police that she got into an argument with a man on the plane after she switched seats with him, and she claims that the man stole her AirPods. Police again encounter Gomas outside the airport, where they have to remind her again to leave.
The female then started claiming that the aircraft was not safe and did not want the aircraft to leave due to her believing it would not make it to its destination.
I want to know what happens to this flight right here. Do not let that flight leave. Being dead serious. Do not let that flight leave.
She didn't say anything about her earpods or AirPods, and she didn't seem to care about the rest of her baggage, so it doesn't gel with that. Family, if she had family, why didn't they leave with her? Would you just leave your family there? That doesn't make sense. Due to the statements, the flight attendants felt the aircraft needed to be rescreened. Gonzalez explained that the passenger was denied boarding and they wanted her escorted to the public side. Officers contacted the female passenger, later identified by American Airlines as Tiffany Gomas. How did they not know who she was at the very outset? It would have been on her boarding card. If she's leaving the aircraft, then they would know what seat she was in. They'd be able to figure out who it was. They'd be able to ask her for her boarding pass and her ID and her passport. And the police arriving at the airplane for a disturbance on the aircraft, and she's making the statement that she doesn't believe that it was safe. Like, okay, how does that associate with her AirPod issue? So she's fighting with her family over AirPods, and she doesn't believe that the aircraft is going to make its destination, but the police don't arrest her. The police don't detain her to talk to her. They don't get her details. She refuses to speak to them, and that's it. That's all. And so they later got her name. They didn't get her name from her. They later got her name. She appeared extremely distraught, crying and repeating that the flight was not safe and wouldn't make it to Florida.
I want to know what happens to this flight right here. Do not let that flight leave. Being dead serious. Do not let that flight leave.
She was given a criminal trespass notice. So Gonzalez was the airline supervisor, told Gomas she was trespassing and had to leave, explaining she was denied boarding and needed to depart the secure side of the terminal. She complied and was escorted to the public side. Gonzalez advised that due to Gomas' statements, the aircraft had to be deplaned. So they took everyone off, and they conducted a full screening of the aircraft. After our initial interaction, communications advised that Gomas kept going through the TSA checkpoint and attempting to make her way to the secure side of the terminal at 18:45 hours. Communications advised Gomas had gone through the TSA checkpoint and had made her way to the secure side of the terminal. Like, how do they know all of this? It's kind of ridiculous, but okay, let's just assume that they track her throughout the way of the entire airport to make sure she leaves. An airline's manager informed us that even though Gomas's ticket had been revoked and she was denied boarding, the system still recognized her ticket as valid. Like, why is this in here? Due to Gomas's going Through all steps of the screening process, no breach occurred. Gomas was found sitting on the curb of the public side waiting for an Uber. How did they know she was waiting for an Uber? Did somebody speak to her? And who's spying on her that they know that she was sitting on the curb?
Police again encounter Gomas outside the airport, where they have to remind her again to leave.
My dad's a cop. You, dude. You.
Okay. Well, do you have any questions for us?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
I'd like for you to get the out of my face.
Okay. You have a nice day.
You too.
Gonzalez accompanied officers, and a written criminal trespass notice was created. Due to Gonzalez being the manager of American Airlines, she was able to sign the notice. It says here that Gomas departed before signing. So why would they create a trespass notice? They didn't even have a chance to get Gomas to sign it. That doesn't make sense. If she's not even around, why would you create a trespass notice? And yet the media says that she refused to sign.
And we also obtained the police report. It looks like Gomas was given a citation but refused to sign it. She reportedly told reporters from the Daily Mail just yesterday that people should not judge her.
Has anybody tried calling this phone number and finding out if these people are legitimate? Let's just say that this report is legitimate, which doesn't even make sense. Somebody somewhere is lying. It's either the police and they made it all up. Maybe this isn't even a legitimate police report. Or Gonzalez is lying because Gonzalez was their point of contact. And so the woman on the plane, Tiffany Gomas, didn't even talk to them. They could tell the police whatever they wanted. They don't have any report in here about whether the plane was safe or there was nothing on the plane. They didn't talk to anybody else on the flight. They didn't find out anybody else's point of view. So somebody's lying. And somebody told the police this story, or the police made up the story. It's one or the other, or both. So here is her alleged house. It's completely empty. There's no furniture in it. There's nothing. It's not lived in. It may not even exist. This is connected to the idea of the actor-based reality theory. People believe that certain famous people are playing multiple roles. Most of these references are to high-profile actors who barely have the time to live one life, let alone two. And you have to understand that it takes a team of highly skilled makeup artists to put on prosthetics, and you have to glue prosthetics to your face, and it can take up to 4 hours, depending on how complicated these prosthetics are, up to 4 hours to put them on. And if they're wearing a bodysuit or what have you to change their weight, then that's another team of people. It's going to take time and an effort to put on. They're saying that she has a mask on. And this looks like it's a necklace, but look at her neck. Why is her neck moving like that? Can't be her chain. Is it a mask? First of all, this is low quality video, so you can't really tell what it is, but it looks like a necklace to me. The simplest answer is usually the correct answer, and that is a necklace. It's a gold chain.
Gone through 3 hours of makeup and then stand in front of the mirror and see yourself transformed.
Some of the most iconic Harry Potter makeup transformations were seriously painful for the actors underneath it all. In order to transform human actors into Gringotts goblins, the makeup team started their work at 4 a.m. They created molds of each actor's face and created a combination of rubber masks and individual prosthetic parts to attach one by one. British actor Warwick Davis not only played Professor Flitwick, the first Goblin bank teller, but also Griphook in the Harry Potter series.
Very unusual, is it?
To make sure he was unrecognizable from one character to the next, it took hours and hours in the makeup chair. First, they created a cast of his face, which involved sitting under layers of silicone and plaster for hours, and only his nose holes free to breathe. Once the prosthetic pieces for Griphook were applied, Warwick said he had to relearn how to use his face underneath all those extra layers and totally adjust his voice to speak through the false teeth.
If you're doing this regularly, every day, putting on a mask that takes, let's say, half the time, let's say it takes 2 hours to put on, it's not that complicated. It's 2 hours to put on, it's an hour to take off. You have all this glue on your face all the time. It's not comfortable. Nobody has the time to do that. These high-profile celebrities are being pictured and photographed all the time. They're busy. They lead busy lives. And also, even when you're wearing prosthetics, there are certain features that your face cannot hide. It's obvious that you're wearing prosthetics. You can tell. There are certain things you cannot hide. Mannerisms, movement. So this whole actor-based reality thing is nonsense. And it is a red herring. It is to take you away from the truth. There's more going on here than meets the eye. There's a reason why the media is lying. She became erratic over an argument with the relatives she was traveling with. She reportedly told police. The Dallas resident had accused her relatives of stealing her AirPods. Well, yes, as per a police report, that's what the police report said. By the date of this story, the news had not yet spoken to her directly. They simply went off the police report, but had done absolutely no independent investigation into her story. They cited no direct sources. They got all their information from social media or third-party sources. Why? They knew who she was, where she lived, where she worked, and yet they didn't get in touch with her or anyone she knows. Tiffany Gomas breaks silence on airplane meltdown after being unmasked. Things go viral and everything changes. She spoke from her home and she said, "My life has been blown up. It's frightening. Things go viral and everything changes." The marketing executive, identified as the unhinged passenger behind the viral incident, says her life has been blown up since the incident and urged people not to judge her. "My life has been blown up. It's frightening. Things go viral and everything changes," she told the Daily Mail in front of her $1.6 million Dallas home. "No one knows anyone else's story, and no one should judge. No one knows what it's like," adding that she's consulting a lawyer. She claimed, "They're staking out my house, they're staking out my neighbors, they're going through my mail," and she stated so much of what's out there is inaccurate, but when asked for specifics, she declined to comment further. Who's they? It's insinuating that it's the media who's staking out her house. I mean, who else would it be? So if that's the case, why is this interview exclusive to Daily Mail? Where is the other media? All other media is citing this article from the Daily Mail. Nobody else was there. I've had Tiffany Gomas as a LinkedIn connection this entire time. Sure, she did. She recently disabled her LinkedIn. Marketing and sales go hand in hand. I messaged her on July 26th when I had a suspicion that it was her. Owner at Uppercut Marketing. So here's another fake photo. So, who's this guy? Cuban anti-war. I'm here to offend you. I've got a big family. I'm sorry I pissed you off. Go to my channel. Florida. Occupational Health and Safety. Joined March 2023, so it's a brand new account. Brand new account, just joined March, and then this event happened in July, and he just so happens to have been LinkedIn buddies with this person. Come on. Uppercut. We make you look really, really good. Uppercut brings your brand to life, moving off the page or the screen to real-world merchandise events and branding services. We make your brand tangible, inspiring, and memorable. Let your clients, customers, and advocates experience your brand the way you want to be seen. People are experiencing her brand the way she wants to be seen? I don't think so. You can get off the plane without making that grand speech at the end. But she made a speech at the end and she says, that MFer's not real. And so she now has this out there. Here's a phone number. you know, somebody could call or email. Elevated. See, the other company was called Elevated. This is Uppercut. Brands Elevated. This is a link to the other company, because elevated, and you're in an airplane, you're elevated. This has to do with ascension. This arrow has to do with ascension. She's on a plane. She wants to get off the plane. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. Uppercut Marketing. 2,600 followers, 28 posts, following 70 people. Branded merchandise, custom apparel, creative services, fulfillment. We make you look really, really good. The account is private. So how did they get 2,600 followers? There's nothing on LinkedIn. Twitter, 72 followers. Joined April 2016. Branded merchandise. Our goal is to magnetize your brand. What is that? Those look like ear pods. We don't mindlessly slap logos onto outdated trinkets, and we don't sell from a catalog. We create sophisticated retail-worthy extensions of your brand, and we do this fast and on budget. It's no secret we pride ourselves on having impeccable taste and a keen eye for aesthetics, but we also believe that design and strategy are married concepts, and this is the key driver in every product we do. These are pretty generic photos. She has Amazon, Buckner, Neiman Marcus, Xbox. That's quite a client roster. So why doesn't she have any examples of the work she's done? If we are to believe the news story, Tiffany Gomas had been drinking in the airport. She freaked out on her family over a set of earbuds while the plane was taxiing on the runway. She wanted off the plane because it wasn't safe. She was given a trespass notice and left in an Uber. She went on vacation for over a month and recently returned to find the media stalking her house. She's now contacting a lawyer because most of what has been said about her is not true. The media couldn't find her because she was on vacation. She exclusively told her story to Daily Mail UK, even though she lives in Texas. She runs a highly successful marketing company for top-notch corporations and owns a $1.6 million home in Texas, and yet she flies coach. What do I think is going on here? Honestly, I really don't know yet. There are codes in this for ascension, but I'll put that in a separate video. What I find disturbing about this event in particular is how the media is blatantly lying. Now, could it be as simple as the media wants the masses to realize that there's something wrong with their reporting so they see the media lies? Could it be that they're conditioning the public on how to react to beings who are not real, as in a preparation for an alien invasion? Could it all be AI or staged crisis actors? And as I said when I originally brought up this incident, my first thought was that it was a typical staged crisis actor hoax. But upon reviewing the footage, there was something off about how this event was conducted, especially compared to other staged events. The main issue for me is how the people on the plane reacted. None of them take her seriously. They mock her and they laugh at her. Then the story breaks and goes viral with memes instantly, which means the system wants us to see it. Nothing goes viral without help, especially not to this extreme. Then they bring it back up in the media on August 7th, the day before the 88 gate. The media doxes the poor woman, yet they claim they can't find her for an interview. We're told again and again that journalists have extensive resources that allow them to find people not even the FBI can find, like exiled whistleblowers wanted by the US government or Osama bin Laden. So they expect us to believe that they can't find a 38-year-old marketing executive from Texas when they know who she is, where she lives, where she works, and they have her email and phone number? Okay, so when she actually does speak to the press, she says 3 lines, and only to the Daily Mail UK. And they only get 3 poor quality photographs. We're supposed to buy the fake story that she was drinking, got into a fight with her family over earbuds, left the plane crying and shouting that the plane wasn't safe, and no one took her seriously. She wasn't even arrested for causing a disturbance on a flight. She was given a verbal warning for trespassing, but we see her walking off the plane voluntarily in a friendly manner with the flight attendant. We're supposed to believe that no one got footage of the man sitting next to her that she was complaining about, saying he was not real. And anyone who claimed to have been on her flight came out with bogus nonsense stories that didn't match up with the video footage. The images that are released after the fact don't look like her. At least one of them is clearly AI, and the others are very poor quality. The mainstream media suggested that she saw a reptilian when she never said that, and the police report is bogus. I think at this stage there's about 3 ways we can look at this. The first one is that it's all staged, including her. She's telling a story that's scripted, and everything about her online is part of her facade. None of it is real, and she's playing a character. The second one is that it's all AI generated. None of this happened, none of it's real. The story was concocted by a bunch of Freemasons and fed to the media. If they doxed her, then the other media outlets would know where she lives, and if any of them are legitimate, someone would find out the story is fake and would get it leaked somehow. Surely someone in Texas knows where she lives, knows who she is, and yet no one is coming forward with any evidence, and Tiffany herself has 0 personal social media presence, and yet she works in marketing. Also, if the entire thing was AI generated, then it would be easy to prove that this never happened and that the flight never existed. I think this is far-fetched. The third option is all of it except Tiffany is staged. The media, or Freemasons, made up a story about her, and the real Tiffany, or whatever her real name is terrified and hiding somewhere. She was on the plane, she saw something scary, went home traumatized, but she doesn't live in that Texas house, and she's hiding. But then that doesn't explain why no one else legitimate has come out. No one on the plane would say anything because none of them are real. They're all crisis actors. The cop is an actor. The report is fake. It's all part of a grand social experiment or psyop. No one close to Tiffany would say anything because they care about her and she told them not to. The media would leave her alone because they're all in on it. I think the one that makes the most sense and that is easiest to control is that the entire thing is staged. What do you think? Do you have any other ideas about what's going on? There's a lot of unanswered questions. A lot of this is fake. Most of it is fake. Everybody's believing different things. This is a very strange, very unusual incident, and it's not finished yet.
Stop the fucking plane! Stop the fucking plane! Stop the plane!
License verified, disarm door, stand by for all call.
Right. off. I'm getting the fuck off because no, I'm getting the fuck off. Because there is a stupid fucking dude on here. No. Yeah. Because there is a stupid fucking dude on here. No. Y'all can say whatever you want. I'm telling you, I'm getting the fuck off, and everyone can either believe it or they cannot believe it. I don't give two fucks, but I am telling you right now, that motherfucker back there is not real. And you can shoot up the plane and you can fucking die with them or not.
Get off.
I'm not going. There's kids on here. I'm telling you, I'm getting the f off, and there's a reason why I'm getting the f off, and everyone can either believe it or they cannot believe it. I don't give two fucks, but I am telling you right now, that motherfucker back there is not real. And you can spit on this plane and you can die with them or not. I'm not going to.
Bye.
If you like this video, please show your support for my channel. Like, share, subscribe, comment, contribute. Thanks for listening. Hope you're having a great day. Bye for now.